Hey everyone, how are you? How you feeling? I'm the Dr. Bob Lee. I'm your host, and you're watching Open. It's a live interactive program that brings the Bronx and New York City straight to your TV set. You can stay connected to us through social media at BronxNet TV. Leading things off, our first guest is a visual artist, entrepreneur, and brand specialist, and she joins us today to speak about her work, which is featured in the Unspoken Voices exhibit by the Dyckman Farmhouse Museum, honoring the legacy of Black Americans. Please welcome to the show, Sheila Prevost. Sheila, how are you? How you doing? How you feeling?
Hey, Bob. Great. Thanks for having me again.
Tell us more about the wonderful work that you're doing. We've had you on before in the past, right? Tell us what you're working on now.
Well, right now I'm currently in part of an exhibition at the Dyckman House, as you mentioned, and that opened up in October, and it wraps up in September 2021. So it's actually the longest exhibition I've ever been a part of.
Yeah.
It's me and two other artists, visual artists, and basically the exhibition, not without giving away too much, is well, the Dyckman family, they own slaves. So, and it's the oldest farmhouse, I think the last farmhouse in the nation, or at least up in northern areas. It's the last farmhouse. And they owned slaves. You know, New York, Manhattan particularly had like a big slave population. And they were the last ones to kind of like still like have the properties that included slaves. And so like, you know, we just started exploring that, and also exploring the history of Manhattan in terms of its slave population. You know, most people know about the burial grounds in Lower Manhattan.
All the way downtown, yeah.
But there
even in Central Park, did you explore some of the things in
Yeah.
Central Park?
Exactly. Well, that was well, everything from I think Chamber Street up was all enslaved Africans. Well, did a lot of extensive research, and also the history of, there wasn't much history on the Dyckman Farmhouse. So it was just basically kind of what I could find that was available. And also basically was kind of like looking at, I was trying to kind of imagine what it must have, like looking at the enslaved from a human standpoint. You know, like what gave them the strength to get through the things that they did, and their dreams. You know, what did they feel like at times when, you know, there was no hope for them, or things were just uncertain. But I didn't want to like make it more about what I imagined. But so I kind of like pulled the original narrative of, you know, what they went through, and integrated into what I thought maybe they could have imagined their lives being like.
Yeah.
Dreamt, you know. So my contribution to the exhibition takes you on a journey through that. So it does have it does reflect like some of the harshness that they went through, but it also, I try to take the visitor through the experience of coming out with a sense of hope, and also it speaks to what we're addressing today.
So when we come to the farmhouse, what do we experience? Is there a number of kiosks that we get a chance to experience? We get the chance to watch little visuals, or you have your artwork on the walls? How does that look when we come in? Without giving it all away, you know.
Yeah, it's a multimedia. The whole exhibition is pretty much like from 2-dimensional to 3-dimensional to video. I mean, I can just let you know that I have a video installation. It was my first video installation. And what was exciting about that for me was the fact that I was able to utilize a lot of my other talents that I don't always have the opportunity to integrate into exhibition.
Yeah, because you have an extensive background. You went to school for like 8 years first, right? Art and
Yeah,
Design High School over
yeah,
by
and
Cooper
then
Union.
yeah,
Yeah, and then you went on to Columbia for
yeah,
the
yes, yes.
entrepreneurship.
Mhm.
Tell us about it.
Well, that was just basically the kind of like, like a lot of times with us creatives, we have the creative side, but we don't have the business sense and the business experience. And as an entrepreneur, I felt that,
Yeah,
I really needed to kind of not just move the way I think I should move as a business person, but also know, the fundamentals and, how to negotiate, present. I mean, I learned how to present in college, but just presenting on a whole another level, being able to negotiate and handle the business side of things as well more effectively.
yeah. And how's that working out for you?
Oh, very good. Thank you. This year, during the pandemic, it's been like a lot of blessings that I've experienced. Working and collaborating with a lot of projects. A lot of them are just like pilot projects and just in the beta stage.
Yeah,
So, the funding is not really kind of solidified, but we are, this is a time where things are just pretty much at a halt. So I felt like this is a great opportunity to try to explore and expand in other areas and move more into not necessarily move more into the virtual space, but include that, and create opportunities there. So I'm working with Soul Cinema Cafe,
yeah.
Imagination Soul Cinema Cafe on some things. I was working with them before the pandemic, designing their first cafe. So it was a physical cafe in Harlem, and I was designing the whole thing, like from the branding all the way to the physical space. And, I was
Uh-huh.
very excited about that. And they were scheduled to launch in the spring. And that's when everything shut down. So they were really
You just
brilliant
had to
about,
do it another way. You had to do it another way.
yeah, but they were really brilliant about pivoting so quickly. Like maybe a week or two after they shut everything down,
Uh-huh.
they said, we're going virtual. So I was able to jump in on that opportunity, and I didn't know what I was doing in the virtual space in terms of building out, a
Well,
helping them build out the platform visually, you know.
yeah.
But I was doing too much probably at the time, like trying to be the technical person and the creative.
Yeah, and that was the problem with a lot of people trying to get into Zooming and all the virtual stuff that's going on. You
Mhm,
had to learn it, and you couldn't really see it before you got there. You had to
mhm.
learn while you were doing
We
it. I
got
mean,
this
you could
very
come on a couple of times beforehand and say, "Hey,
mhm.
let's test this out," but still, you weren't able to give it the personal touch that you would do if you were physically somewhere,
Right. And like
brick and
most of us
mortar.
don't come from the broadcasting background, and that's the kind of experience you need in a virtual space if you're going to be building out a brand in that space.
Yeah.
And so
A
it
lot
was
of people have
exciting.
learned to become broadcasters after that, right?
Oh yeah. But
Facebook and Zooms.
it's been exciting. Like even like,
Yeah.
and I would talk to our team, when people got frustrated. I said, "You guys, we're learning on the job. This is okay." Everyone's
Yeah,
learning. The whole globe is learning on the job right now. So
exactly. Yeah.
it was
So,
it's a lot of fun. I feel more confident in it now, and I was able to create a new interface for them, and I'm excited
yeah.
about that. And it's
I'm
just a nice opportunity to learn more things and to figure out like where you're going to go next with
mm,
some of those new skills.
yeah. I'm glad you were able to pivot. So talk about you got the Farmhouse Museum exhibition, but you also have one in Korea.
Actually, that ended. That was during the summer. Yeah, I had,
Uh-huh.
and it was. I didn't know that we were going to even have the exhibition. I didn't know what was going to happen because stuff was closing down, and they
Yeah.
meant to create a physical experience. I wasn't able to attend actually, but there are people who actually attended the exhibition in Korea, and that was very very cool. And I was excited to be a part of that and to know that they were able to pull it off. And there so you
Yeah.
can look at one of the pieces I included that.
Absolutely. Now, you're also involved in music. Tell us about that.
Okay. Well, let me jump back to the exhibition that I have
Okay.
right now, because there's music in that.
Okay, good.
So, Bob, me through music, but,
Right.
I had opportunities whenever I see a little door slightly open for me to insert some music
There
in.
you go. Is your brother still working with you?
He's busy with other projects right now, so he's
Okay.
not working with me at the moment, but, I can manage to drag him in.
You're the boss.
Yes, but you know what?
So you have music in your exhibition.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
very exciting. I've been dreaming about this, this opportunity. And when I suggested the video installation, Kawasi, Washington had an amazing exhibition at the Whitney Museum a few years back where he had a video installation there, and I just fell in love with it. That was my introduction to his work
Yeah.
as a musician, which is he's brilliant. But the video installation for his debut release, oh my God, I could have stayed in the museum and they could have locked the doors and left me there. Gave me some food and I would have it was just so amazing. And I was like, I wanted to do video installation before then, but that really, kind of sealed the deal for me,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And my music, it's all original music I created specifically for the exhibition. And I created a QR code that's in the space so people can actually just listen to the music if they want, or they can, and the lyrics are there, they can listen and look at the lyrics, or they can just enjoy the visual video installation which also integrates the music. And I'm actually in it. I'm telling you too much. Sorry.
That's all right.
But,
we want to know.
Yeah.
So is there a website we can go to find out more?
Yes, you can go to the Dyckman Farmhouse Museum.org exhibition website. Dyckman Farmhouse Museum.org.
Oh, shucks. That's great. Thank you so much, Sheila Prevost, multimedia disciplined artist, entrepreneur, and brand specialist. Nice to see you again. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And thanks for having me and all the great work that you're doing. Keep it up, that you're doing great. And just want to give a shout out to Sandra Trim DaCosta, who is always like, making magic happen. Thank you.
From the Bullion Foundation. Yeah.
Yes.
Go Sandra. Well, thank you so much.
I have some music coming out for 2021.
All right. We'll be looking forward to it. And you're always welcome to come back. Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right. Sheila Prevost. All right. Coming up next, we may have 10 powerful networking tips using social media. That and a whole lot more. Keep it right here on Open.